How those balls looking?
You know what season is, right?
I do indeed. It is time.
It is time for smooth sack summer. And how do I keep everything smooth, everything tidy, everything the way it should be?
Well, I don't know how you do, but I'll tell you how I do. Manscaped, buddy. You know how much we love the crop mops. You know how much we love the lawnmower, but they have the Performance Package 4.0 now.
They did a little upgrade to the Weed Whacker. Weed Whacker is, of course, the nose and ear hair trimmer. It is now the 2.0. And also, they are getting into the beard game. They've got their brand new beard trimmer, which is fantastic. So go to manscaped.com. Use the promo code BACONPOD, and that will give you 20% off and free shipping.
That's right. So don't forget to work on those testicles, your chesticles, and your cheeks. Keep them clean and ask yourself, what's your bacon?
Well, hello there. Hi, Bacon Boys. It's me, Alex from Vatican. I'm just stopping by to let you know that I got a brand new song coming out this Friday. You can pre-save it right now on Spotify or by going to any of my social media and just clicking on the bio link. It's 2 taps to pre-save. Super easy. The song's called Is It Enough? And it's about trying to survive in this dystopian hellscape reality that we live in. It's anthemic, it's catchy, big hooks, big guitars, super fun. Hope you check it out, and I am looking forward to being on your show soon.
I got a blue notebook.
You do have a blue notebook.
I do have a blue notebook.
Oh, hi, everybody.
You know what I did the blue notebook? I bought blue pants. I had blue, I totally went method with it. So I was like, every show I'm gonna have blue shoes or blue pants, or I did a whole color theme with it because I'm a weirdo.
I feel like I didn't see any of those things.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess you didn't come see any of my shows.
Oh, please. I was at so many of those shows.
But, yeah. I have bright blue pants, man.
You never wore the... I don't... unless you can...
So many times.
Unless you can produce a picture.
All right, I'll find a picture.
I don't believe you.
Blue Chucks, too. Blue Converse.
Like blue, Well, no. Blue Converse, those slide in under the radar.
Yeah, that's true. I had some...
But if you wear the blue with the blue...
Made. I had some made. No, I never wore the blue Converse with the blue pants.
Oh, see, that's not... I went method.
Well, I still adhered to the laws of style.
Well...
I mean, come
why?
on.
Why? Just lean into it.
I still leaned into trying to look good.
Yeah.
I know. We have different views on style.
Exactly.
Capris.
It's just because my legs are short, guy.
Right? All sorts of capris on me.
Right.
You're not
it's
that
an
much,
affliction.
You're not that much shorter than me.
It's an affliction, not a choice.
You're not that much shorter than me.
I'm not that much.
You're not a half a calf shorter than me. Need a calf shorter than me? No way.
We can test it. We can test it. Here we go.
Right? See? No way. No way. And my shorts are above my knee. If you were to put my shorts on, they would be at your knees. You wear capri pants.
These are... Maybe it's just... I don't know. I don't know why.
It's all right. I'm just saying. Well, this was just a science thing.
Yeah, but all the shorts that I get, they're not like... I don't get shorts that are like...
Long? Yes, you do.
They're not called long shorts or anything though. I go to the short section in the store.
Yeah.
And get shorts. I don't know why they come up a little below the knee. I don't know.
Those are like mid calves.
Oh well, no. This is because I undid my belt because it's home time.
You're sagging a little bit today.
I'm sagging a little bit.
Pants are
today.
a little sagging. All right, I got you.
But when I have my belt on, it's a little bit better.
You wear your calfzilla, so they work well for you.
I gotta accentuate the
right?
calf.
You
not the
draw
kneecap.
attention. You draw.
See,
I have
problem
better
is-
knees than calves.
Right. See, I have dislocating patellas.
Do
So
you?
for those of you who don't know what that is,
What in the hell is that?
It means that the kneecap just goes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want to see those in some shorts.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I think I do.
You don't want it. No.
I think we all do.
We'll see. Next time it happens, I'll get you.
Send me
a picture.
Send me a picture.
Before I have to
I'll be like,
pop it back into place, because that is not fun.
Oh, that sucks. How often does that happen?
It hasn't happened in a while, but yeah,
Right.
it happens from time to time.
All right. So you wear
Every few
capris.
years.
You wear capris because you're a little shy about your knees.
No, it's because I'm short.
I'm self-conscious about my knees.
God, I hate you. God, I hate him. So welcome to Discussions and Drinks. We don't know what we're doing.
The show before the show.
Is this a show before the show?
Well,
I feel
it's
like
before,
this is good enough.
Before the show.
Well, could be the intro.
It could also be the intro.
Because especially if you just do this.
That?
Oh, that's the background.
Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon! Bacon is my... Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my...
I was just telling Jimmy, it's been a few days. It's
Yeah.
been a crazy few days, so excuse me if I'm scatterbrained,
Hey,
but
I'm scatterbrained.
I've got a drink right here that's it needs to be cracked open.
Welcome
soon
to
because-
Discussions and Drinks, brought to you by
God.
Bacon Is My Podcast.
Yes.
We're here on Strangerhood TV or on any of the streaming platforms that you so choose. Thanks for hanging with us. Thanks for being with us. Thank you to our patrons that are live with us right now on the Patreon.
Already in the chat.
Already in the chat. We are here
listening
today.
to our banter.
So far, talking about wearing capri pants because we're sensitive about our knees, which is okay,
It's
man.
because I'm short. Because I'm short. I mean, I have a lot of shortcomings. No pun intended.
Oh.
No pun intended.
Oh.
But-
Do you say that during sex? Is that your finishing
No.
move? Shortcoming!
It is not. It is not.
I hope it happens once.
Yeah, I could. We'll see if we can work that in.
Well, you're welcome, Jen.
So what do we have to drink?
It
Because
just reminds me of Colossus in the game.
shortcoming. For those of you who don't know, X-Men the video game, the original arcade game, was awesome.
Yeah.
And Colossus did this thing that he never does ever in the comics.
No.
Where he would just go. He
Big
would
guy
just
yell.
stand in like a ready to poop position, and he'd go.
So, there are taunts in video games, for those of you that don't play a lot of video games.
Yeah.
And taunts are there so that you can drive the people around you crazy by overusing them.
Yes.
That's what I assume,
Yeah. Right.
right? So that's.
But that wasn't a taunt. That was
no,
a
that
special.
that was a move. That was
was
a
a
special
special
move.
move.
Yeah. He
And-
did it before his built-up finisher.
Right. Yeah, that very move was what got us kicked out of the apartment one time.
That's true. That's true.
So don't play that game late at night, and not as Colossus.
I was asked to leave.
It's okay. I was asked to leave.
Well, yeah,
too.
we were both asked to leave. You live there, so
Yeah.
that had to be worse for you.
Yeah.
For me, it was like, oh, all right,
I'll move along now.
right. I live outside because I'm mobile.
Yeah.
But yeah. So okay. So what are we?
So
What are we
what
drinking
we
today?
have? You brought some Jameson Colas.
Yeah.
Those. So I feel like the liquor stores are now starting to like sneak in on the cold front.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I think soon we're gonna start seeing more and more liquor stores with bigger fridges because they have fridges there. They chill some of the
Just
wines
not
and
a
the
lot of
champagnes.
stuff in there. Yeah, but
But it's small quantities. But I think the more
I'm
and
waiting
more
to
they
see it
deal
look like
with
a
this,
7-Eleven.
right, and because they got those high noons, they got
Yeah.
a plethora of cold.
Now I'm wondering,
Refreshing.
so liquor stores rarely carry soda,
Right.
right? There's probably some kind of paywall that they have to do to carry regular drinks too. I don't think it's as simple as like I got a fridge, I could order some sodas. he's got to probably strike deals with companies.
Well,
Right?
yeah. Well, you have to do something. I'm sure it has to do with the bottle return.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So, I'm sure they have to like collect on it, keep track of it, and then also like
Right. And there's probably enough hoops to jump through to sell liquor.
probably.
So when you're seeing like liquor companies come out with stuff where everything's already mixed, I think that's kind of fun because that's like a go around
Right.
for some of these places. And then also, thank you, Jameson. If you're a drinker of Jameson and Coke, thank you, Jameson, for giving us extra room in our coolers because we don't have to carry two things.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if we'll thank them.
But yeah,
Well, see, okay,
In
so
theory.
they actually they do have a return on it. They have
okay.
but it's only for California, Maine, Iowa, Hawaii, Michigan, and Vermont. Vermont is 15 cents a can. I'm gonna buy all the cans
Right.
here.
Right.
Go to Vermont and do return.
I'm gonna buy all the cans in like Ohio
Oh, where they don't have.
where they're cheaper.
Yeah, and then make your way over to Vermont.
Make my way over to Vermont, or maybe even just buy them in Vermont.
Well, if you buy them in Vermont, you have to pay the 15 cents.
Oh, that's right. So maybe
You
buy
know.
them in Pennsylvania. Probably cheaper in Pennsylvania.
Well, if you buy them in Pennsylvania, you can buy them here.
Cheaper than here.
Maybe, probably.
I'm trying to increase the profit margin at the end.
Well, the only profit margin you really have to worry about is the profit margin. Yeah. Front and the back.
Right.
All right. Well, I'm done talking about this.
Yeah, me too.
And
Let's
I
try this
wanna
out. Let's check it
try
out.
this. It is flat.
It's mediocre.
It is flat.
Yep.
I'm not a big Jameson and Coke guy,
I never drink it.
but tastes a little flat.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna mix a whiskey with Coke, you need a whiskey that's got some bite and punch to it. Like a Jack and Coke, or some kind of like bourbon and Coke, or something like that. If you're gonna mix
Yeah.
it, I like there to be, personally, I think a smooth whiskey with Coke just doesn't make sense to me.
Right, because
Because the Coke is supposed to
flattening it
tame
out.
something,
Yeah.
right? And your whiskey's flattening your Coke.
Right.
So it's gotta punch up the flavor.
It's science.
It's my weird taste buds.
No, but it makes sense though.
My bullshit usually does.
No, from like a taste perspective,
Right.
You know, because the soda gives you a little bit of a.
Yeah.
So, like you said, the soda usually gives you a little bit of that, and when you take a smooth whiskey, it smooths it out, therefore making it taste flat, even though it probably isn't.
Yeah, it's probably not flat.
It just tastes flat.
It's not flat because if you drink it fast, you can feel it on your tongue. You can feel the carbonation. Right?
Oh, see, you got to drink it fast
Yeah.
because that tasted much better than the first.
It did.
It's interesting.
All right, so this is a slammer. That's what it is, I guess.
Well, it's
I don't
only
wanna
5%.
slam it, but
It's only 5% at least. So there's that.
yeah. So you gotta get all the gassiness happening.
Right. I can already feel the first one I did.
Yeah.
It's gonna come up,
Definitely feeling it in the old.
and then he's gonna yell 3 times later.
That's right. That's my move.
That's his move.
That's my move.
Yeah. I don't know if I can drink these.
I couldn't drink more than one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't choose to drink more than one.
I wouldn't choose to drink one.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was like Bud Light or this, clear winner.
Now, how's this compared to the lemonade? Because I don't remember what the lemonade tastes
I
like.
like the lemonade.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy the lemonade. I think it's good.
Yeah, I don't remember what it tastes like.
But we can grab one because we have another one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Later when you finish that.
All right.
No dessert unless you finish your
Mm-hmm.
veggies. It should be the other way around.
I can't have my pudding if I don't eat my meat.
Right. What?
What?
Yeah. So yeah. It has
that
been
song by that band.
the band with the thing
Yeah.
and the whatever.
Yeah. They have that record, The House or something, or the Bridge, or it's some kind of structure.
Yeah, the thing.
The thing.
It's the whatever.
What's up, guys? We got a little hint for you here. A little secret. How do you help the show? We've been asked. Here's a way to help the show. Check us out over at patreon.com/baconismypod. You can get lots of extra stuff.
Yeah, like additional shows, ad-free episodes, early episodes. Shoot. Every Sunday, we record our discussions and drinks live with our patrons.
Yeah, so you can have a drink with us while we do it. You can watch us cook things. You can watch us eat things. You can just support the show. And that helps us keep putting these out. It helps us just
Keep the show free.
keep the show free. So thank you guys so much for supporting all of you over on Patreon already. Our patrons, you guys are our lifeblood. Thank you guys so much. And if you want to help out the show and you want to jump on, and you want to be part of that BIMP squad, jump over to patreon.com/baconismypod. The Prism.
Yeah, I think it's been a bit of a crazy week and crazy weeks ahead, and I think it's going to be good. But something I didn't want to talk about because we didn't do the stream last Thursday.
Right.
So we're not going to do the actual stream on Twitch unless we're doing actual work for the record.
Yeah.
And we kind of hit a snag because we're waiting on, timing stuff with the drummer that we got doing it and stuff like that. So, but we still intend on getting together on Thursdays and doing things. And one of the things that we did do is we started writing like a country song.
Yeah, we did.
And
Fun little ditty.
yeah, I listened back to it a couple of times and I'm like,
Yeah, me too.
okay, we're getting somewhere.
There's something there. There's something
We're
there.
getting somewhere.
Yeah, there's a little spark there.
I do think that we could record that in different genres
I think so too.
as well.
Yeah, because there's definitely elements, like, I kind of uncountrified it immediately
Yes.
just by the way I approached playing the verse.
Yes.
When I was like, oh, let's try this thing that I've been kicking around and had in my head that I want to try. So I might have I might have steered it off a cliff.
I don't think it's a far departure from it.
Yeah,
But
but it makes it more pop.
right.
I think, Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I guess more current country.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. That's
than
probably
traditional.
that's probably the best way to say it. But I'm kind of excited to like do weird stuff like that.
I love that. Yeah.
We always talk about it, and I've always talked about it, and then when I sit down, like, for whatever reason, I just feel like I go to what I go to. And, just from a couple of weeks back when I picked up the standard tune guitar, I've just kind of been very interested in playing regular chords again,
Right.
And just going, oh yeah, not all just power chords or just putting the finger down and whatever. I don't know, something inspired me to do that, and I'm kind of excited that we're playing with those things.
Yeah, I love opening up guitar chords.
Yeah.
And playing them. I've gotten way more into that over the last couple of years, where like I'm actively trying to not play like regular chords or power chords or anything like that. I'm like, let me play half a chord.
How can I play all of the strings on one strum?
Right.
That's kind of the mentality of it.
I have that, or I have like, okay, I have this chord. If I were to make it a bar chord and then only choose 3 strings to hit, but none of them are low, how
Right.
would I then make that a thing and make that work? Like that's another thing. Or if I was going to open this up and only play 2 strings of this chord, which is how I was kind of doing that intro, where I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to kind of play,
Yeah.
like I'll play the root and then a weird
Other things.
note in here. Yeah. Which I, not so much so they sound like riffs, but so it's just a little different. Like I've been getting into that too. I find that rather than me kind of steering into my norm, I have like an idea or like a vision of wanting to go completely out of the box, but then what happens is like I kind of get stuck at a point, and then it's usually whoever I'm working with that kind of steers me back into the norm, into
Right.
like, okay, let's bring this into what we do. So it was cool to kind of like come in and go like, I'm taking your thing, like, you know,
Yeah.
and steering it somewhere else. And,
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I like doing stuff like that. I think it's super fun.
Well, I think for me especially is, and you know, my approach to a lot of songwriting is, especially when I sit down in front of a laptop, I will a lot of times have it like, I'll have it in my head.
Right.
I'll know what I want it to sound like.
Right.
So then when I go and I sit down in front of my computer and I lay down a little bit of drums and track out some guitars, I'm going, okay, this is what I wanted. Mm-hmm. Now I can figure out from there. Sometimes it's with melody, sometimes it's not. But yeah, it was just I'm excited to, you know, especially because the damage condition isn't too far off. So the damage condition is a lot of like what I would probably sit down with, and then you would go, well, let's turn it this way.
Right.
When, you know, that's what the best way to describe it.
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
But you know, you came with almost full songs, and I kind of did the same thing with you.
Yeah.
But it's more in my lane than...
Yeah, you know, I came in with stuff that was too heavy for what I was doing.
Right.
You know, and then you had stuff that was kind of like we both had stuff that was kind of like, we're not sure where to go with it from here.
Yeah.
You know, and we just kind of worked with that. But yeah, it's the damage condition stuff. Not all of it, but a lot of it is definitely kind of like more in that lane of where you sit, which was great for me because it allowed me to step out of my normal comfort zone. But it didn't quite do the same for you.
Yeah.
You know, yours was affected by like me coming in and being a part of it.
Right.
You know, and being like, oh, I'm sharing a vocal that's different, and this is poppy and loud, and you know, things like that. Yeah. But yeah, it wasn't a big departure for you. It was just kind of like a chance for us to work together.
Yeah, and
You know what I mean?
no, but there were definitely things that were cool about sitting down in a room with you and going, okay, this is what I would do, and then having your input and having it swing a certain way.
Right.
And that was very cool for me. So that was really cool. But what we always talked about was Bacon is My Passion is not necessarily a genre and a thing. I mean, look at the first song that we put out.
Right.
It was literally...
Well, and what we followed it up with. Our first two singles were radically different from each other and different from either thing that we do.
Right.
Right? Because you had Every Word You Say that's super bouncy in those verses. Super hooky, and the main riff is nothing either of us would ever approach in one of our songs or have ever approached in one of our songs.
Yeah.
You know, and then yeah, Death Be a Woman was a
Get it right for a movie.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cool that, but yeah, to get back to what I was saying, I definitely think that I'm excited to, I think finishing the damage condition is almost like freedom again.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, because we do have these songs. I mean, we have like 10 more that that we didn't even revisit.
Right.
But those are the best of those. But now, kind of having that time and finally deciding, okay, hey, we're not going to have stuff for every week, and kind of letting ourselves free of it.
Yeah.
I think that kind of helped me kind of go, okay, cool. This is back to what it was originally, and let's
Right. Well, I also think, Twitch hasn't really worked for us.
Yeah.
That was another thing, like jumping on Twitch was like, cool, let's try this platform, let's see what it's like, let's see if we can generate any interest, let's see kind of what happens, let's do this cool idea, and then it not kind of generating that.
Yeah.
And us just kind of being like, all right, we appreciate the people that are watching, but the people that are watching are a lot of the same people that are watching our normal stuff.
Right.
We're not really picking up anybody new from here, which honestly, guys, any platform that we jump on, the real main reason to do that is to try and gain new crowd.
Yeah.
New people. So everything that we do that steps out of our, even the stuff we're doing on YouTube and Spotify and all that, we're always trying to gain new listeners and reach out and find a new audience. Because that's how you grow a brand and grow a channel and grow all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, having that not really seem like it was a thing, and going, okay, do we have to do this every week then, or can we still be creative?
Yeah.
and not force this issue.
Right.
At least for me, I felt like that because
Yeah.
it was feeling like I'd go on and I'd be like, man, nobody's watching this shit. Like, what?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Nobody's watching this.
Right.
Right.
I think once we get to us jamming the songs and finally tracking, I think that's where it'll start to get interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And hey guys, when there are snags in production, those are actual things that happen.
Yeah.
Like, they just fucking do. And that's what we've hit.
Snags and changes.
Those snags and changes are not all that interesting to put up on Twitch. They're just not. So, yeah.
Well, apparently neither was
what we did. We're doing.
Neither is what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's interesting and fun for us, but to try and fit it into 2 hours of live streaming is a juggling act that maybe it takes away from it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens when we're able to kind of do it. We are going to finish it. We are going to,
Yes.
we started it, so we're going to finish it. That's how things work.
That's how you got to do it.
But if we're going to do something like that again, if it's just our patrons that are coming on and watching, well, then we might as well just go to them patrons and do it for them. You know what I mean? And turn it into something like that, because why not? The more stuff we can do for them, the better.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious as to where the writing goes, though.
Me too.
Because my hope was, okay, well, I have this idea. He didn't shut it down. So, and then it's again, it's different. It's not what we do. So, I think
I'm not much of a shutdowner.
No, you don't. You don't
I'm like,
really shut down.
Cool, let's run with it.
Right.
Let's run it into the ground.
But
let's see what happens.
I wonder if it's a thing that would pick up and continue, like just continue a particular trajectory, or I don't know.
I think it all depends on the writing. If we write something and we're in a certain vibe and we're in a certain groove, and a lot of times when I write something, I end up with melodies and ideas and things that didn't make it into that I was doing while it was happening, that turn into the next couple things.
Right.
So I could definitely see something like that happen.
I almost want to, like I said, take this song and record it in however many genres we can.
Yeah, why not?
Pigeonhole it into. and
It'd be fun.
release it as an EP. Just one song.
Just one song.
Just one song.
Nice.
5 different styles.
I like it. I like that. Hey, why the
Well,
hell?
no. You can't do that because you can only submit one song to playlists per release.
Okay.
So we would have to record 5 and release all 5 singles on the same day.
Yeah.
We come up with different artwork for every single one.
Yeah.
So a pop one,
Yeah.
a country one, adult contemporary,
Yacht rock.
yacht rock. You know, there's a band called Yacht Rock Review,
Of course there is.
and they play like giant venues, like
Yeah.
fucking Pier 19
Absolutely.
or Pier 17.
Absolutely, because there is a whole generation of people out there that want to sing "Everybody's Working for the Weekend." Everybody needs a new romance.
And you know what they leave the venue with? Fucking sailor hats, captain's hats.
You bet they do.
They all leave with captain's hats.
You bet they do.
For the Yacht Rock fucking review. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I'm not gonna say I'm not hating it.
It's I just
I don't hate the idea.
I don't get it. Well, I mean,
Let's just say
like,
you don't. I mean,
No,
yeah,
no. I mean,
you
I get it, but I don't get it. Right?
Right. What if I'm gonna go see a cover band, and I have the choice to go see a cover band that's playing Green Day, Pearl Jam, Ozzy, Journey, like all that stuff, right? And then at this other place, there's a cover band, and they're playing Hall & Oates, and they're playing Loverboy, and they're playing, like, Berlin. Like, I'm gonna be like, I want to see what that's about.
Yeah, I guess so.
If I have the opportunity to be rickrolled well, and then leave with a sailor hat,
Okay.
versus, like, hearing Rock and Roll All Night again,
Okay.
and Blizzard of Oz, like,
Yeah. All right.
everybody's working for the weekend. That's
Okay.
I'm sorry. That's
No.
that's where I'm
a good
signing
point.
up. That's where
That's
I'm
a good
signing
point.
up.
That is a good point. Okay. All right. Understood.
Yeah,
I'm.
that's funny to me,
Yeah. No, it's worth it for the comedic value.
right? And
alone.
also, if someone's doing Hall and Oates really well, like, not only is that kind of funny that someone's gonna do Hall and Oates really well, but it's also awesome because Hall and Oates
Hall
is
& Oates
awesome.
is awesome.
You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah, I mean, I think I've heard my. Honestly, even bad Hall & Oates, at least it's something different.
right?
Because I've heard bad Green Day. I've heard bad Pearl Jam.
Right. Often.
A lot.
Oh, so much.
Yeah. All right. I see your argument,
Yeah.
and I appreciate it.
That's all I'm saying.
No, I
That's all I'm saying.
I think it.
Do you want to hear a
holds
poor
water.
Just a Girl? Or do you want to hear a decent Voices Carry?
Right. Well, no, I've seen a bad Just a Girl. I've seen a lot of bad Just
I've seen
a
more
Girls.
bad Just a Girl. That's, for some reason, that's a hard song to get right.
Yeah, I can see the challenge in it.
Yeah.
I can also see people just not knowing their shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's usually the victim.
But still, even good bands. I've seen bands that were good at whatever other songs they were playing, poorly hack through Just a Girl.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's a tricky song. It's trickier than you think. Like,
Oh no,
You know what I mean?
I
Like-
know Just a Girl is not an easy song.
well, even and to sing too. You really
Oh,
gotta
no.
you gotta kind of
A
like
lot of
you got to throw yourself into it.
Yeah.
You can't.
And you got breath control.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
And you can't sing it like a trained good singer.
No. You have to
so
get
you see
into
someone
it.
up there that's singing like Bobby McGee that can then goes into Just a Girl, and you're like, shut up. They just did Evanescence, and now they're going to do No Doubt, and you're like, don't sing it the same way. Don't you dare sing it the same way.
I've seen that.
I have
seen
too.
that too.
Right?
Oh, man.
Right? Evanescence is a tough one to get well, too.
Speak for yourself. I can do... I could do a pretty mean... whatever the guy from 12 Stones is.
Right? Well, we did it great.
I mean...
It's out there somewhere.
It's out there. It's probably on our Instagram or something.
It's probably on there. Just check it out.
Yeah, I could do Paul McCoy. Like
that's the part that usually screws it up for everybody, is because they don't have a person that's on stage that does that well. You know, again,
it's not a whole lot.
It's not, but you gotta commit.
Right.
You gotta commit. You gotta be.
Yeah.
Your timing has to be on top of the beat. You have to commit. You can't. You have to know
I've seen
it.
a lot of issues with that. I think a lot of the problem with that has to do with people going, it's just like a whatever part.
Right.
So they like throw it to somebody who does background vocals.
Right.
Sometimes. And they're also usually playing an instrument. And I think that throws it off.
Yeah.
Because it hits as soon as the, like, because it's just one chord, and it's can't wake up. Yeah.
And it's percussive. That whole part is percussive. You get to that bridge too. All of this time I think you're gonna think. That's very percussive and on the beat.
Oh, and the riff is Bennett. Okay.
So it's tricky to get some of those songs right. You have to like
Unless you're us.
and not playing at the same time.
And not playing at the same time. Yeah,
Right.
we'd probably ruin it.
Right.
Yeah. Shout out to what was the name of that cover band? I gotta shout him out.
Yeah, I know, it
wasn't a cover band. It was a karaoke band.
Live band karaoke band.
Pop punk karaoke.
Pop punk karaoke. Not Rock Junkie, but I'll shout them out just because they're great at what they do.
It is A N
E. He's looking for this on his phone right now. I'm just talking so that there's not a long drawn out silence of him spelling out loud.
all right. Yeah. Pop punk karaoke. I don't remember. Rock? No, not Rock Junkie. Why did I say that?
Because I just said it.
Yeah.
So it put it in your head. I miss those guys. You know what's funny? Like
They
I
play
miss
it.
those guys. It's
they
not
play
funny
at
that I miss
Beers.
those guys because I like those guys, but I miss those guys.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, we're gonna shout them out. We're gonna put the link in the bio. So when
They were
'cause they come to Beeries. They do Beeries now, and
Okay.
they do very well there. So
Nice.
one night we'll have to go over there and do an encore presentation.
All right.
Maybe get you up there for some Used or something.
All right.
I'll do Weezer.
Is it
maybe.
worth it? Can you even hear me?
What do you mean? Of course.
Standing with the spotlight. I was singing it.
Oh, sorry.
See what I did there?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Way over my head. Sorry. I'm still not with it. This drink did not help.
We'll have to have another one.
Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Should we switch to just whiskey?
We could do that.
I think that's probably the move.
So, what, in your opinion?
Yeah.
I mean, we've spoken about what makes a good cover, what makes a good cover choice, etc., right?
Yeah.
It's not partyoki.
Partyoki is Rock Junkie.
Yeah.
You should know this, Def Chick.
What is like the most difficult but favorite cover you've ever done?
That I've ever done?
Yeah.
Do you... I might have to think about that for a second. Do you have one in mind for you that that you have already?
No, I don't have one in mind. I literally just came up with this just now. Literally
Gotcha.
just now.
So like, for me, we were drinking the Bushmills Prohibition recipe Irish whiskey. We had some last week as well with our buddy Mike.
It was pretty spectacular.
And it was pretty good, so we're continuing on that trend. So for me, picking a cover is always kind of weird. It has to be a song I think is fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
A song that I think would be fun to hear in a different way. So I think the most difficult one was probably Devil Went Down to Georgia, just because that was a tricky song to get right.
That had all the components to be a complete disaster.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you guys nailed it,
and it was
on a lot of fronts.
And
yeah.
I will say that like that was due to everyone except me, because when that song was brought up as a song to do, my first reaction was, I don't want to do that song. I was like, no way. I don't see a way to do it that's gonna make it cool. I don't have a vision. I don't see the vision to it. And it was my band at the time was like, it was Jimmy, and when he said it, Matt and Tommy immediately were like, I have ideas, I'm on board. And I was like, I gotta follow you guys on this, because I have nothing on this. And they went into making it cool, like making that breakdown cool and choppy the way that we kind of did it musically. So musically, I had very little to do with that. I just kind of like, once I heard the direction it was going, I kind of like structured what I was going to play around it. The part for me that got fun was, we did this in rehearsal so many times, and I just thought like, I'm ruining this song. They're doing so many things that are so cool, and I cannot find my line, right? I can't find my direction on how to sing this. I don't know what to do here. And once I kind of went, okay, be ridiculous with it. And I went way overboard and way over the top with it first. Mm-hmm. But once that kind of happened, it was like, yes, that's okay. You got to do that, and we're gonna dial it back. But you don't know where lines are unless you cross them, guys. So cross every line in front of you. So yeah, I crossed the line of good taste and respect to the song.
Yeah.
and then dialed it back, and then we found it, and we found a groove, and that song became fun, and it became like something that we started getting known for, which then irritated me, which shouldn't have. That was me being a baby. But so I would say that was probably, it wasn't my favorite one to do, but it was definitely probably it was the trickiest one that then became really cool, and I think we did a really good version of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
For me, I think back of all of the covers that I've done in my bands. Like, AJ and I, at one point in one of our really old bands, could have played the first two Chevelle records.
Right.
Front to back.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that. So when it comes to covers overall, my bands, especially if we did them straight up, we didn't play them over and over and over again. Right. So even way back,
us too. We like, if we did a straight up cover, we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't bring it back until we had to, or we wanted to. It was more of a one of those that was more of a straight up cover was Passenger, by Deftones, featuring James Maynard Keenan.
Nice. Okay.
And Something Heavy did it I want to say it was pre-COVID. Yeah, it was definitely pre-COVID. We did it at Beery's. We actually recorded it. We recorded it live. It's on Spotify. Our EP live from Beery's.
Nice.
And
Check it out now.
yeah,
Not now, after this.
Yeah, after this. I have tried covering that song a number of times with a number of different bands, with a number of different people. Like, I was never that chorus that Maynard does. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
Throw the windows
Yep.
on us. I was never confident enough that I could do it. And I was like, just give me the Chino part. Just give me the Chino part.
Right.
Give me the Chino part. And in all those bands, that the Maynard part comes up, it's always the second chorus. Because the second chorus, it doubles, and it stays up there. Mm-hmm. And that, for me, vocally, was the toughest cover that I ever had to do.
Okay.
I've played it with other bands and doing it with other bands and stuff like that, but there was always something missing. And that time I was like, okay, I could be happy with this. I was happy enough that I put it on Spotify.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I think I did okay.
Do you have a song that you did like once that was super fun, but you just never did it again?
18 in Life.
Skid Row, huh?
Yeah.
I feel like I remember you doing it. I feel like I was at the show where you did it.
No.
No?
We only played it
Or maybe I just heard
once.
you talk
It was like
about it
one of
before.
our first shows.
Maybe
It
I just
was,
heard you talk about it.
FFR. One of our first shows back when Joey was in FFR. And we did 18 in Life. And again, I love that song. I think that it was one of those songs, though, again, after the first chorus, kind of dies out.
Right.
You know? People are like, okay, cool, you played that song. We also didn't play it straight up, necessarily.
Right,
We did kind of do little tweaks here and there. I do think that if I were to ever revisit it, instead of just keeping it the same and just doing small tweaks, I would definitely do like major tweaks to make it a little bit more interesting, especially like the second verse. Like, rather than do what we did in the first verse, maybe try and keep it more traditional in the first, then do like a fun, like syncopated kind of thing in the second.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I that song
Nice.
I loved.
Ours was we only did it one time, and I love the song, and I love doing it, and I had to really push myself to do it because vocally it's not in my lane, and I had to like scream in the middle of it. Is a song called Death March on 2. Ready?
Oh,
By Envy on the Coast.
yeah.
We did it one time, and we did it at the rail, the Crooked Rail, and
Wow.
yeah, and it was one of those like, it was just at the time, Low Country was a record that we were just Jimmy and I especially.
Oh yeah,
were
great record.
non-stop listening to. If you haven't heard Envy on the Coast, Low Country, every record's amazing.
Yeah.
But Low Country is just awesome.
Also,
that song,
keep
Death
an
March
eye
on 2
out.
Ready.
Keep an eye out because they are local and they do play
Every now and then.
They do play every now and then. They'll do these pop-up shows.
Yeah.
They did one at the Paramount. They've done one at Mulcahy's. So if you're local, they do pop up.
Yeah. But yeah, I spent a really long time like figuring out a warm up so that I could do that part in the middle. Yeah, and hit that chorus, and every chorus I was and coming in and out of it, and I found this cool spot in my voice, and I was like, this is fun, this is awesome, and we did it once, and then we never did it again because we did it, and we were like, nobody fucking knew that song that we just played.
Right.
But I liked that nobody, like, I'll do that all day because I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, whatever, you don't know it. We played it anyway.
I will cheers to that. That's a great song choice, and I'm disappointed that I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one.
All right. Time out. We've got all these awesome sponsors here.
Right.
Where can they find all the information out for that?
Oh, if only there was a place. If there was only
A portal,
a hub,
a central hub to
a
do so.
central location.
I think there is.
Do we have the technology?
Yes. Baconismypodcast.com is where you can find the best deals on all of our awesome sponsors, including Drink Wild Bills, Pod Decks, Manscaped, all of them. Go over there, find their promo codes. You always get the best deals. But what else can you get over there?
Well, not only can you get the best deals, and we'll always keep those up to date, you can also help out the show by grabbing some t-shirts, some swag. Jump over to the Bacon is My Fashion section. Yeah, there's a whole section. It's just there for you. It's there for you. You can check it out. We have nice t-shirts. They don't chafe. They're nice to the nips. You know I like that.
You know Jimmy's
You know
all
I
about
like
his
that.
nice to the nips.
I'm like the
shirts.
Drax of this show. You know?
Exactly.
I got sensitive nipples, man. I got sensitive
fine.
nipples.
It's
If
fine.
you have sensitive nipples, check that out. And you know what? How about your ear holes? You want to take care of those ear holes? Because you can find links to all of our episodes. How about your eyeballs? You want those eyeballs? You can find links to our YouTube, Strangerhood TV. You can check out everything right from baconismypodcast.com. It's easy. It's super simple. It's right there. What's your bacon?
I will say that when you go to this site, that will be your new bacon.
That will be your new bacon. Check it out.
I once played Dr. Feelgood,
Nice.
dressed as Vince Neil.
Dressed as Vince Neil?
Yeah. I actually had J-Lo jeans, white J-Lo jeans.
Wow.
Yeah. My ass looked fantastic.
I bet it did.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had all this glam rock in you. Skid Row, Motley Crue.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right. Like, this guy made fun of me notoriously over and over and over again for eyeliner.
Well, I wore it.
Yeah, I know.
On
you did.
Halloween.
I'm sure.
It was for Halloween.
Right, I get it. But
You know what? We live in a different world.
that's true.
We live in a different world now. So,
Yeah.
Jimmy, you do you.
I always have. Several times a week.
I'll still laugh,
That's fine.
but I'll laugh inside
You can laugh outside.
at you.
You can laugh outside.
No.
You can. You can point at my eyes and laugh, and I'll point at your
My
Caprice.
jeans. My jeans.
I'll point at your caprice.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I have beautiful eyes. You have beautiful calves. We accentuate them,
We should.
you know?
We should. We should see if we could do like a show.
We should tattoo a leg line around where your shorts stop. Just so you always know how long of shorts you want to buy. Every time you try a pair, there's a line.
I wish the line existed, and when I put them on, it went. Eh! When I put the shorts on, and as soon as it got too low, it was. Eh! Damn.
That's great.
All right, gotta write off. Arizona. Is that a still brand? Like, is Arizona jeans still a thing? I don't know.
I don't know. Probably.
Levi
Maybe.
Strauss.
Levi's is still.
That's a thing.
They don't make capris though.
Oh, we'll have to test that theory.
Any pants are capris if you cut
Cole-
them. If you cut 'em.
Oh, I don't cut them. God damn it!
No, I know they make those for you.
I have custom made shorts. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Temu.com.
Temu. What is that?
It's that new. That's that new cheap clothes place.
Dude, Amazon. Amazon Basics sometimes.
I
Those
do
are
the
best.
Amazon Basics. Yeah. Everything I'm wearing right now was an Amazon except for this Social D shirt.
Yeah. Good for you, man. Good for you. Good for
I'm
you.
all over it. I'm all over it.
I don't know, man. I find myself not shopping in stores anymore.
I don't either.
It's because they don't have anything.
Yeah. I used to. It was always like a. I could guarantee that if I went into like a Macy's, I could go to their sales section, and I could find stuff that I like because their sales section is full of things that didn't sell, and wherever I am, generally the things I like in a mall are the things that didn't sell.
Right.
Right? I'm not buying a lot of chinos. You know, I'm not doing a lot of.
Yeah.
You know, my basics are still black.
Yeah.
You know, so I look for things. That's where I used to go. Is I used to go to Macy's, and I used to go to like every little sale rack and all their American Rag sale rack, and you know, like Reaction. Like,
I can't do racks, and I can't do sale racks.
I can't anymore.
They're paralyzing to me.
Yeah.
My anxiety.
Yeah.
Marshalls.
I liked Macy's though. 'Cause you could get like a shirt for $6.
Listen, I am all for that. My psyche and my being just won't allow for that anymore. I used to be. So Jen used to be very impressed because she'd go, all right, we're going to go to, this is years and years ago. This is 17 years ago.
Right.
And she's like, okay, you need to get this. Where do you want to go? And I'll go, wherever. You know, we could go to the mall and stuff. And I'd go to the mall, and I'd know what I want. And I'd go to that section, I'd grab it. Sometimes I'd try it on, sometimes I wouldn't.
Right.
Check out, be done, out 15 minutes. She's like, that's really impressive. Did you try it on? No. She's like, well, you need to try it on. I'm like, no, because I'm a pain in the ass.
Right.
And yeah, so I used to be able to just go do it, whatever. But nowadays, you go into a store and you either get A, option paralysis, or B, they don't fucking have it.
Yeah.
I don't have the patience for a Marshalls. Like, I should, because I'd probably make a killing at a Marshalls.
Right.
But I can't go through disorganized, just piles of crap.
Gotcha.
I just can't do it.
Yeah, I just don't like being around that many people anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I have that too.
I used to, when I worked at the mall and I worked at a clothing store, I used to get in the middle of the rack and I would follow people around. Or if they went to pull something out, I would grab it and pull it back.
You told me about that
Scare
one.
the shit out of them.
That's great.
I thought that was fun. I enjoyed that. And no one ever does that to me, which I would think would be great. If that happened, I would
You'd
just
be happy.
That would make my day.
That'd be great.
I'd be like, oh man,
You got me.
you got me.
You got me.
Thank you. Can I tip you? I don't know.
And the other thing that I do like about shopping on Amazon is that you can return things very easily.
That's true.
They enable you.
They do.
It's amazing.
There's a couple other like clothing places online that I'll go to and I'll try it. Like I've been trying to not do as much on Amazon just because like
It's
treat
the
the
right
workers
thing
like
to
shit,
do.
and I don't want to contribute to more dick rockets. But man, they really make it easy.
Make it really hard to not do that.
Yeah, and it's like way more expensive. I will say I tried Stitch Fix.
Okay.
And that's one of the ones that they'll send you, not a sponsor, but you could be, Stitch Fix. They send you stuff on whatever kind of schedule you want them to. You can even make it to where like you just
where they
don't
send you like a
stuff at all.
subscription box kind of
yeah.
thing.
What they'll do
Okay.
is you got to spend some time on the site first, but they show you pictures of all these outfits and all these different things and different looks and stuff, and you're like, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'd wear that. No, I wouldn't wear that. And they're like, what colors do you like? What colors do you hate? And you're like, these. And then when you say, like, send me something, they'll send you something of all different things in your sizes that are in the colors and style and vibe and everything that you've told them.
Yeah.
Right? And so what I used to do is I've done a few things for them. I've kept quite a few things from them, but what I would also do is, like, they sent me like burgundy corduroys, and I was like, oh, I've never tried burgundy corduroys before. Put them on, I'm like, ooh, I like these. These are nice. Right. So then I looked at how much they were, and those burgundy corduroys were like $85. But then I just went on Amazon and I went burgundy corduroys, and I was like, Levi's makes burgundy corduroys, and I can get them for $35. And so I returned the Stitch Fix, and I ordered the other ones. And I've done that a few times where, like, it just gave me, like, they only sent me stuff that like, I already kind of curated and liked. And if it was something that was like, I bet I can find this, I would try and find it cheaper somewhere else. And if not, then I would decide. I'd be like I did keep, and unfortunately it got ruined, but I did keep this really cool, like, it was like a silver blazer. I was like, oh, like it was for something that I was going to. It was when I did the movie. It was when I did the movie, and I was going to go back, and I was going to be there for, like, the premiere of the movie, and I was like, oh, I want to dress.
I want to be snazzy.
I want to red carpet this shit. And so I got this, like, cool silver blazer, and I put it on, and I was like, oh, this is nice. I like this look. I like this vibe. And so I ended up keeping that, because I couldn't find one anywhere else. But it was cool because it was like I sent them a message saying, hey, I'm doing this thing and I'm going to this type of event, so I need something a little more dressy. I don't want it to be basic. I don't want it to look like a suit. I don't want it to be normal in any way, shape, or form. And they sent me, like, here's some green pants and a silver blazer. And I was like, thanks, Stitch Fix.
Well, that's cool. That's cool that they're responsive and they
you get like a style. I don't know if the stylist is AI or a person, but like I exchanged emails with somebody, that was like, hey, this is a very specific thing. Can you do this? And they were like, yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. And I said, I also need things. I'm a musician. I need stage wear. And so like they'll send me things or ideas that are like that,
That's pretty cool.
So I will say that's a pretty cool site. I haven't done one in a really long time, so I don't know what they're like now. And I know so many other ones have popped up now that are different styles and different like genres of clothing and different looks and stuff. So I'm sure you can find stuff. But we got in our patrons. Def Chick says the stylist is a person. It felt like a person. I will say that it did feel like I was talking to a
awesome.
person. So.
I am so super, like, I'm just shorts or jeans and a t-shirt.
Right.
Usually a band t-shirt. But it's always it's always some, like, kind of graphic t-shirt.
Right.
And
you also don't like sleeves.
That's a new thing.
Yeah.
Jen said that I should wear less sleeves. Mm-hmm. So I do. No.
Do you ever wear sleeves?
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes. Well, now it's gotten really hard because now I'll get a shirt and I'll go, all right, do I want to chop the sleeves on this one?
Right.
Or
I was
do
going to
wanna
ask
keep
that
the sleeves
because I know
on
you've
this
gotten like new things.
Yeah.
And I've seen when you showed it to me when you got it, and the next time I see it, there's no sleeves on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
so,
oh, okay.
So
it's not just old stuff that's loose in the sleeve.
Yeah, it's new stuff as well. This shirt, for example, I bought it when I went to go see Beartooth, and feel it. It's a little heavy, a little heavier.
Heavy, yeah.
So I chopped the sleeves. Week later, they put this out with no sleeves.
Ah, okay.
So I'm like, all right, well, it's obviously a thing.
Yeah.
Right. So I just got a shirt from Creeporama, the one I wore last week for discussion and drinks, the Airheads one.
The Airheads, yeah.
And that I cut the sleeves off. My Crucial Taunt one will probably keep the sleeves. Mm-hmm. I just got a Story of the Year shirt. I kept that as sleeves. So I think like the way I want to gauge it is, and not that this is like offensive or anything like that,
right.
But I think if it's a graphic tee that I can wear in a restaurant without being looked at or scoffed at, I'll probably keep the sleeves
on.
on.
Okay, I gotcha.
Something like, the Airheads one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be wearing that to a restaurant.
Fair. Yeah.
The Story of the Year one just has like an emblem here and then like a tiger on the back kind of thing. So it's not like skulls and crossbones and all sorts of stuff like that. So I kind of gauge it by that.
Gotcha.
The Crucial Taunt one hasn't come back yet, but soon I'll decide on that. They just put out, Biodome and Encino Man.
Classic films.
So
Classic
I'll be looking at those.
Ziggy's got to run. We'll see you later, buddy.
But yeah, it's a choose. I choose.
Gotcha.
I choose. If they get older, Like I had a Chili Peppers shirt from the 2000 Californication tour. And you know how the pits kind of get weird.
Yep.
So
The minute a pick gets weird, sleeves are gone on
Yeah.
from my shirts.
yeah,
You know, I rarely will do it to new shirts. Just because I don't know. I think there's still that part of me that's like, man, I just paid for this.
yep,
But then also, like, one of the reasons I layer stuff a lot, so to get the sleeves off of whatever shirt I'm going to wear underneath, just makes it easier to wear as a layer, right? Because then I don't have two shorts. Like, this shirt is sleeveless, and it's nicer to wear a shirt over the top of it because I don't have a short sleeve over a short sleeve bunching up and
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So I do a lot of tank tops underneath things, but I'm a layerer.
You're a layer guy, yeah, yeah. I don't do layers. Sometimes I will.
Yeah.
If I have to dress things up, I'll get a collared shirt and do it.
Right, right.
But otherwise, I don't love doing it.
Yeah.
I'm a sweaty guy.
Yeah, I sweat. I find that the layer kind of makes the sweat less visible.
Oh, yeah. See, the sleeves make the sweat less visible.
Right. Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the cutting of the sleeves, the lack thereof.
Lack of sleeves.
Yeah.
The more aeration.
Right. It helps, for sure. I don't know. I definitely I had like a batch of shirts too that I just kind of did them all. Now when you do the shirt thing, because Jen also, she's on board with this sleeveless thing too,
Right,
because she'll get concert shirts, and we've figured out like the perfect size.
She cuts the sleeves off a lot of her stuff too,
Yes,
I
because
see.
she
Yeah,
hates the sleeves.
Right.
But we figured out like the perfect size that for what kind of shirt it is and all
Right,
that kind of stuff.
okay.
And we bought like one of those rollers.
Right, like the pizza cutter
Yeah.
to
yeah.
cut your sleeves. Yeah.
I hate it.
Do you?
Yeah. It feels like a complete lack of control,
Okay.
as opposed to turning it inside out, cutting it, and then like cutting it to the thing.
Right.
I mean, are you a cutter, or do you? I know DJ is a very big advocate for those sleeve cutter things.
I've done, like, I'm so random with it. Like, if I decide to cut a shirt, it's like, sometimes it's 4 a.m. and I have a knife in my pocket, and so that's what I use.
Oh, okay.
Or then there's times where I take out a sewing kit and I have a seam puller.
Oh, okay.
And I'll go around the sleeve, because once you pop out a little bit of them, then you can just take the sleeve and you just kind of rip it, and it rips right on the seam, and then it's done.
Oh, okay.
And all you got to do is the top and the bottom where it's like double stitched in.
Yeah.
You got to hit those, because sometimes those will rip weird. And then then you're
right.
screwed. But yeah, like the seam ripper thing, you're just cutting the threads that are holding it together. So then you can just take that all the way around, and then just pull the sleeve off, because it's sewed on as a separate piece anyway.
That's spectacular.
Yeah, it is pretty great. So
Maybe I
small
need to
sewing
do
kit.
this. Maybe you need to figure that one out. Good call. All right.
Yeah, so that's usually what I've done.
That's an excellent tip.
Yeah.
I might have to use that. I might try that this week.
I
I gotta find a shirt.
I learned how to sew, so
That'll help.
I did things like that. I was also like, for a while I was like aging. I didn't like jeans to look new, so I would age them. So I would take like sandpaper, sand them down and stuff, and I'd do that to shoes and stuff like that. 'Cause I had a lot of time on my own when I was living in a van.
Yeah, that'll happen.
or the studio, and it was like, everything for a long time. Any clothes I bought were for on stage,
Right.
because the job I had, I was working at like a Applebee's, pretty much.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was like I had to wear their shirt and I had to wear black pants.
Right.
So their shirt, black pants. That was my uniform. So any clothes I had were either for on stage or going out, and going out meant look like you look on stage.
Right.
Right? And it was always like, okay, I don't want to look like, I want to stand out.
Right.
I want to stand out so somebody asks me if I'm in a band, so then I can give them stuff that I'm in a band. I don't want to blend anywhere.
Right.
So it was like, okay, well, I can't have new looking boots. Let me scuff these up a little bit. This jacket looks a little too new. Let me get the elbows. Let me get this. Let me get that. So I kind of like learned how to. I watched videos on how to like wear in clothes and vintage them up and stuff. So I did stuff like that, or sewing things into a vest. Like I had that black vest, and I put all the spikes and the pins and all that kind of stuff in it, and like aged it and sewed stuff in it with like different colored thread. And I learned how to like sew so it looked like a Frankenstein, like that. And my current Doc Martens they're the thing I still have that has like a leftover of some of that, because the tongue on them ripped when I was putting them on once, because they're so old. and so I took white thread and I did like a Frankenstein stitch on the tongue of my Doc Martens. So no one will ever see it, but if anyone ever does, it's like the tongue of my Doc Martens, there's this white fucking stitch that's happening in there. And I just thought it looked cool. So I was like, I want things that are different and things that kind of... So I used to do that to clothes a lot. So I got like sewing kits, and I had one of those little like sanders that looks like... looks very much like one of the Manscaped devices to go in and get your nose.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
The
Weed Whacker.
The Weed Whacker. Yeah, it looked a lot like the Weed Whacker, but it had like a little belt sander on it.
Yeah. Dremel, those are called.
Yeah, a little Dremel. A little Dremmer. Then I
Dremel tool.
and I would take that on the knees of jeans and stuff, just to like fray them out a little bit. Not to rip them, but so they'd fray and look a little rough. And then when they did rip, they ripped in a natural good-looking way. Yeah. So yeah, I did a lot of that back in the day.
But never got into relicking guitars, huh?
No, that I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I got to earn that.
Right.
Clothes, I don't care.
Right.
But like guitars, like if the paint is rubbed off on my guitar, it better be where my arm rests, or it's going to be obvious that I bought a Relic guitar.
Right, exactly.
And I've seen Relic guitars, and none of them look as cool as my Les Paul. And my Les Paul,
that's beat.
The shit is beat out of it.
It's beat up.
Yeah.
But it's great.
But yeah,
it's great. Yeah,
exactly. Like
Yeah.
I play big cowboy chords because the paint is rubbed off on the top of the neck, not on the bottom where lead guitarists lose their paint.
No.
Now that's solid paint down there.
Is that finish? Yeah, that's finish.
That is like the day I bought it.
Oh man, that's awesome. Well,
we talked for an hour about whatever.
all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
This was a fun one.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was a little less serious than last week.
You got to follow up last week with a
fun.
Although I thought last week was fun.
I thought it was very fun.
I really did. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah. So let's mosey on out of here.
Yeah, let's do that. So remember, guys, shave your nuts. It's hot out there. So wipe them down with your crop mops and shave them. Manscaped promo code
Bacon Pod
gets you 20% off and free shipping.
Yeah, look at that. Free shipping.
Shipping
ain't cheap.
Free shipping is clutch.
I had to ship something out this week. Ain't cheap.
Nah, shipping ain't cheap. I don't like paying for it. I don't like having to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, check that out. Check out all our sponsors over at baconismypodcast.com on our sponsor page.
Super huge thanks to the patrons from Patreon joining us live.
Yeah, a little earlier today.
Sundays.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Yeah. If you want to join the patrons and get in the conversation with them and have the good times that they're having, jump over to patreon.com/baconismypod and you can check it out and join up.
Yeah.
If you're listening to us on Stranger TV or all podcast platforms, do whatever you do in those places to subscribe and give us a thumbs up or like or any of that kind of stuff.
Review and
it helps
all
the
that
show
stuff.
out. It helps us out. We do appreciate you. Grab a t-shirt over at baconismypodcast.com at the Bacon is My Fashion area. You can check out everything to do with both of us and both our bands there. You can find Mike at Me My Own Self Mike on all the socials. His band Something Heavy is at Something Heavy Band.
Music. Close.
Something Heavy
Very
Music.
close.
I never have to look for it anymore because it comes up when I...
Yeah, right.
Because it comes up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Something Heavy Music. Check that out. They have a new single out. They have a new single coming out. Yeah, very soon. Check that out. I'm Jimmy G's Shoes on all the socials. My band is Craving Strange on all the places. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being with us. Remember to ask yourself every single day the most important question you could ask yourself.
What's your bacon?
Goddamn right.
Timeout time.
How those balls looking?
You know what season is, right?
I do indeed. It is time.
It is time for smooth sack summer. And how do I keep everything smooth, everything tidy, everything the way it should be?
Well, I don't know how you do, but I'll tell you how I do. Manscaped, buddy. You know it. You've been listening. You've been seeing the show. We've been talking about it. You know how much we love the crop mops. You know how much we love the lawnmower. But they have the Performance Package 4.0 now,
where they did a little upgrade to the Weed Whacker. Weed Whacker is, of course, the nose and ear hair trimmer. It is now the 2.0, as opposed to the 1.0. Now,
right. That's one better.
I used the 1.0. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then they sent the 2.0, and I said, how could it be better? It is. It just is. I don't know how they do it, but Manscaped keeps upping their game. And
I've been digging the lawnmower for a long time. Right. I like the skin safe technology. I still use the guard. But no. I have not once nicked a thread on the beanbag.
Yes.
Not once.
Yep.
Now you don't want to lose any beans.
No.
Everyone.
No, you
You don't want to lose beans, and with other methods, oh man, you could lose a bean.
Yeah.
But not with Manscaped.
Exactly. And also, they are getting into the beard game. They've got their brand new beard trimmer, which is fantastic. So go to manscaped.com. Use the promo code BACONPOD, and that will give you 20% off and free shipping.
That's right. So don't forget to work on those testicles, your chesticles, and your cheeks. Keep them clean and ask yourself, what's your bacon? Smooth Sack Summer.